it's Patty. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the final video in my back to school prep series, Homeschool Edition. I hope you have found this helpful. It's been really fun for me to put together, and it's kind of kicked me in gear to get everything organized and ready for the new school year. And it's fun to get excited about like homeschooling, because I feel like I've always done things with the kids at home, but now it's getting real. So it's really fun for me, and I hope you've gotten some ideas from watching my videos. So anyways, I wanted to share with you today what planner I'm going to be using, what I put together for that, and then also like our schedule and what that looks like, and kind of some organizational things. So let me go ahead and share with you what my schedule is. I have this awesome notepad that I picked up from Target. It just has like the list of things, and on it is my schedule. I haven't written it in our planner yet because I want to try it out before I make it like official. And I geared a lot of this towards around when the kids are eating and their moods and stuff like that. So I tried to think of them when I created the schedule. I also want you to keep in mind that Leah is only 4, so when you hear the schedule, she's a new 4-year-old, and I feel like kids need a lot of time to play. She still naps half the time. So there is not a lot of schooling, but I think it's age appropriate. And also a lot of our learning is hands-on learning. It's not like her sitting down and doing a workbook. It's a lot of hands-on activities. So just keep that in mind when you hear the schedule, because that is my focus. Like, to me, you're only a kid once, and you got to enjoy discovering and playing and learning through that. So I do feel like it's important to still be a kid and have that freedom too. So I kind of want to incorporate that in with our learning. So anyways, let me go ahead and get started and share with you our schedule. So the kids normally wake up around 7-ish. So these are give or take times, but around 7 is when I get them. And between 7 and 8:30 is going to be like our breakfast prep. I make a hot meal every single day. It usually is like eggs, and either like eggs or something hearty and hot. We don't ever have really anything cold for breakfast. So it takes a while for me to make breakfast, and it takes a while for the kids to eat the breakfast. So if they finish any earlier, that'll give me some time to unload the dishwasher or anything like that. We usually don't finish any later than 8:30, so that gives me wiggle room if we do finish early to get some cleaning done in there. Then from 8:30 to 9, that's when I get ready. I do my makeup. I like to have my makeup done. I like to get out of my PJs first thing in the morning. I like the kids to be out of their PJs first thing in the morning. So while I'm getting ready, they can play. I do plan on playing during that time while they're playing. Either the New City Catechism, which I did mention on my preschool curriculum choices. So I will be either playing the New City Catechism for kids or an audiobook. I have tons of books on CD from when I was teaching. I purchased a bunch of them and I kept them. So I do have books on CD, and we could always check some out from the library too. So I rotate between the New City Catechism music and books on CD. So for those 30 minutes, I'll be playing something while they play, and while I'm getting ready. And then from about 9 to 10:15, so an hour and 15 minutes, give or take, is going to be like our morning time. This is our longest stretch of school time. It's going to be when we sing songs, do calendar, do morning time, Bible reading, our picture book read aloud. We're going to be doing our copy work during that time, like our letter practice and our number practice, any of our literature-based, like letter skill, phonics related things, and then our math related things we're going to be doing during that morning time. So she's little, so her attention span is not that long, but because we're doing a lot of hands-on and different things, I'm sure she can stay for that hour and 15 minutes. So then around 10:15, we're going to do snack, or poetry tea time, or read aloud. So I purchased Charlotte Web. This is the period of time I would read it while the kids are having a snack. They do get hungry around this time. So I would give them a snack, or if we're not reading Charlotte's Web, we'll do poetry tea time once a week. So that is during that time. Then from 10:30 to 11:30, that's when we're going to do any of our hands-on activities, painting. A lot of that is outside. So this is our outside time. So we might be doing like a nature walk, painting outside, a sensory bin, anything that involves being outside or anything that is like very hands-on is during this hour time. So if the kids are having a hard day, we might just decide, you know what, let's just go outside, and they have free play outside. So it'll kind of just depend on the day, but this is when we'll do more of our hands-on activities. Then from 11:30 to 12:30, this is lunchtime. This is also when the kids get screen time and I let them watch TV. And this is when I get some cleaning done, things like that. Then from 12:30 to 1, this is going to be either free playtime, or if the weather's nice, I want to start taking the kids out for a walk right before nap time. Then, depending on Leah's mood, from 1 to 1:30, we might do some one-on-one time. Like, that's when I'll do the science and social studies with her. So we'll read the Women in Science, look at our maps, do social study. Like, if we haven't gotten to that in the morning, then we'll do it then with her and I. If she's kind of done for the day, then I'll schedule it in like at some point. But if she's kind of done, then we'll just read a book together before her nap time. So we'll do some sort of reading together, just her and I, because Hunter goes down before her. So we'll get some one-on-one time, just her and I. Then from 1:30 to 4 is when they nap. Leah sometimes naps, sometimes doesn't, since she turned 4. If she doesn't, a lot of times I do give her like iPad time for her to play like an educational game during this time, just so she stays quiet while my son sleeps. Then the rest of the day, that's when I get my cleaning and cooking and dinner time and bedtime and all that stuff done. So pretty much school is in the morning. So that is kind of what it looks like for our day. And I plan to do preschool. My goal is 4 days a week, but 3 days I would be fine with, because kids in preschool at that age go 3 to 4 days a week. So I would like to do 4, but some weeks we have more appointments, and since we're going to be looking for a house and things like that, some weeks might be 3. I also want to show you how I'm storing a lot of our files and things like that. So I got this bin from Target, and I got these dividers from Target as well. They're just like a marble color. And then I am putting manila folders inside for each letter. So I split it up by, I think I put like 4 or 5 letters in each file. And then I just put everything related to that letter in the manila folder. Then I also have a divider for number related things. And then I'm also going to create a file. I haven't yet because we haven't gotten to the seasons. But as we do seasons, I'm going to create files for each season. So I have everything related to all of our letters in this file system. And then everything related to numbers and math. And then I'll create also a file for all of our holidays. And I'm really happy I'm doing this, because that way when it's time for my son to do preschool at home, everything is set and ready to go in here, because I did it all for my daughter. So that's kind of how I organize everything. And then I did end up creating my own planner based off of free printable resources that I found. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a close-up of the planner I will be using for this year. So I recently shared on Instagram this planner, and I was really excited about it because I was planning on using it with my homeschooling. But let me go ahead and show you the inside. This is what it looks like. I showed it in a vlog recently too. And this is how the daily schedule looks like, which I thought was going to work out very well for us. But it ended up not giving me enough space, because most of our schooling is happening in the morning, as I shared with you our schedule. So this doesn't really work out for us, because it was very little writing space for what I needed. Since I invested in that planner and I didn't really want to spend money on another planner because I wrote on that one, I couldn't return it, I decided to just kind of find a bunch of free printables and create my own planner. So I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. I did not create any of these printables. They were all found on Pinterest and different blogs and things like that. So I will link every single page that I show you in the description box. So that way, if you want to make your own planner, you can. And that way I'm giving credit where credit is due. So let me go ahead and show you. This is the front cover. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. The Bible verse says, "So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom." Psalm 90:12. And I love the verse. I thought the verse went really well. I like that it says homeschool planner. I love the watercolors. I just think it's beautiful, and it was a really pretty look. I really like the Rifle Paper & Co. look. I love their stuff. It's just a little bit pricey. So I tried to find things that kind of had that look. All the printables were free except for one I did purchase off of Etsy. But anyways, I also want to say I do have a planner for regular homekeeping. So all these printables are specific to homeschooling. I don't have anything in here for like our day-to-day house things or anything like that. I wanted one just specific to housekeeping. I also want to mention, homeschooling. I also want to mention that I'm very unsure of what I want. So I kind of printed tons of different printables. So my planner ended up being the size of a textbook, which is crazy. My parents have a laser printer, and I just bought ink for the printer. That way I can kind of print a whole bunch of resources for homeschooling. So the ink wasn't too bad. I did print some things on our regular printer, like the colored things, but most of these pages were printed on the color printer. But I just figured, since I'm doing free printables this year, I want to know what layout I like. That way next year I don't buy a planner that I'm not happy with and that I'm stuck with. So I printed out a bunch of stuff to kind of get a feel for what I like. So this is the front cover. Then you open it, and there is a laminated to-do list, again with the flowers and the watercolor. And I decided to laminate this. That way every week I can write on this and with a wet erase marker and kind of erase it as I get through what I need to prepare for that week. So that's what I have. I kind of probably, as for every letter, we're going to do 2 weeks on every letter. So we're starting off with the letter F. We'll do 2 weeks of the letter F. I'll write everything I need to do to get done to prepare for the letter F at the front. That way it's quick and easy for me to find. Then we have a year at a glance calendar. That's pretty self-explanatory. Then we have our daily schedule. I have not written it in here because I wanted to try out our schedule before I set it in stone in my planner, because things probably will change. So I think I might write it in pencil. That way whenever the baby comes, when our schedule changes, I can fix it. I was planning on laminating this, but I forgot. So that's okay. I'll probably write it in pencil for now and then fix it as time goes on. Then I have a supply list. This is going to be kind of my wish list of things I want for the future, or things I might want to add to the kids' like birthday lists or things like that are all homeschool related. A lot of times I'll see things on Instagram or on different blogs that I'd really like, or on YouTube. So that way I can write it down for future homeschool supplies that I'd really like to get and kind of keep a running list. Then this is curriculum plans. We already are set for this year. This is actually for the upcoming next year. I want to jot down any curriculums or different resources that I see that I think will be beneficial to us for the kindergarten school year. Then here we have an attendance record. I just want to keep track of how often I'm actually doing schooling with Leah for documentation. She's going to be in pre-K 4, so it doesn't really matter. I don't have to report to anyone. I don't have to turn in a portfolio. But I think it's a good habit to start. That way for next year, I'm already in that routine. Then here we just have, it's kind of a year at a glance. So I'm going to be putting like the letter we're doing, or if I want to incorporate like a certain theme into a month, like around October, I want to do fall activities, things like that. I'll write that down here. So it's kind of like a year, my year at a glance. Then here, I thought this was really neat. This is a field trip reference chart, and it just gives a whole bunch of ideas of different field trips to do for the season, and I just thought they were really fun ideas. So I think I'm going to try to do, we can't do all of these because a lot of these are not available where we live since we're in Florida. There's not things like apple orchards in the fall time. But I definitely would like to do, but we always go do some of these things. So I thought it would be neat as a reference. Then I just found this really pretty watercolor printable, and it says, "The knowledge of God is the principal knowledge." And I'm pretty sure that was a Charlotte Mason quote, but I'm not positive. Then I did monthly calendars, and I'll show you each month. I don't love the 2017 calendars, but the person I got the calendars from, they had beautiful 2018, like they look like Rifle Paper Company watercolor ones. So I just wanted to get the August, September, October, November, December ones from her as well. So this, I'm just going to put what letters we're going to be doing. So I was planning on starting August 14th, but I realized we pretty much have a doctor's appointment or something related to housing classes every single day next week. So I figured it's not a good day to start. And our public school starts actually the 21st, so we're going to start on the 21st as well. Then here, this is the only page I did purchase, and it's a month at a glance. I got this off of Etsy. I just thought it was really pretty, and I couldn't find anything like it for free. So it was $1.50, and you put your month, the supplies you need, which I really liked because there are like a few food supplies and little things like that that I'll need through each week. And then our reading list, and then I put a star by the ones that I had to get from the library, which I actually already did get them from the library. So I'm set to go with the letter F. And then like if we plan any play dates or field trips, I can just put those there. Then over here, we have a week at a glance. So this is pretty much my plan for the first week of school. We're starting off with the letter F, and like I mentioned, in my preschool curriculum, we will be doing the Peaceful Preschool. So I have everything planned out, and I put like the different books we're going to be using. I put the page numbers just so everything's quick and easy. I still have to put the to-do list of like things I need to have prepared, but overall I'm set for the first week. Then when you turn the page, I have a daily docket, which I am not going to fill out until like what I want to do is I want to use this as like what we actually do. So this is my plan for the week, but then every day as we're going through the day, I want to fill out what we're actually doing that day so I can look back at it as reference, and kind of this is my documentation of what we're actually doing. Then I want to also the night before make sure I have a running list of anything I need to prepare for like the days ahead. So I really like that you put the memory verse there. I like that there's space for like a prayer list and memorable moment. I really like that because Leah does a lot of cute things during school, and I thought it would be a great way to document that. So I have a daily docket, and since we're going to be doing school 3 to 4 days a week, I printed out 4 of them for each week. So then we go again, we have the week at a glance. Then we have each month. Let me see. So then we have September. And we have, I was going to show you all the months, but I think it'll take too long. But I did want to show you the January one because it is my absolute favorite. It is so beautiful. Look at this January page. How pretty. And this was free. So anyways, so I did a month at a glance, a week at a glance, and a daily docket for each month. Then at the very end, I just put, I had a notepad from the Target dollar spot that had this paper list of things, and I just copied it and I put it in here at the very end. I just did a few pages of those just in case I need anything. And then at the very back, I just laminated a pink piece of construction paper. And to bind this whole thing, I took it to Office Depot, and it was $3.74 to get it bound. So it was a pretty inexpensive way to put a planner together and to do like a lot of trial and error. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and that you've enjoyed this entire back to school series. This is the last one. I also have all the other videos that I've done in this series in the description box down below, so make sure you check out all the videos in my series. And if you have any questions or anything that I left out, just let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!